The Witch's Tree. Simon and Harry were best friends ever since they were little children. They would always go and see each other, normally to go around and, well, just to hang out, really. They were both 12 years old. One day they was walking through a woods. They was chasing each other, both having big sticks, having a kind of sword fight. Eventually they saw a twisted tree. A twisted tree. Fog all around it. Trees spread out away from it and a grey sky. That was kind of like what we was out there, but there was no mist. Eventually, Harry dared Simon to go up and the tree and go see what's there. He accepted. He said it would be easy. So he climbed up the tree. He made it to the top. He said, "Wow, there's a great view here." Then he saw some sticky red paint or some sort on the tree. He touched it, but it wasn't paint. It was more wet, more like blood. He saw there was a hole in the tree, just so his head could fit through. He stuck his head through and saw this red paint sort of stuff slipping down the whole hollow tree. He came down and told Harry. Harry didn't believe him. He said he was just lying, doing a prank on him. That night, in a dream, Simon was at the tree, at the top of the tree. Eventually, he saw the sticky red stuff again. No one was there. It was dark, a dark place. In his dream, he was highly panting. He climbed down and he looked back, seeing people all over the tree. Just at the top part, no one was there. He saw many people hanging off, like they hanged themselves. He was still highly panting. He immediately woke up, thinking of his dream. The tree that he went to, he saw people hanged, like they hanged themselves. He told Harry he had to go back there and they should go. Harry said on the phone back that it was too dark and it was too late and he wouldn't do it. So Simon went by himself, carrying flash torch. He went into the woods. He couldn't find anything. He went back to where the tree was, but he didn't see anything, just more trees going in one path. He was following that path until eventually, at the end, he saw the tree. Fog still around the place, though it was quite hard to see in the night. He looked at his watch. He could barely see, but he made it out as 12 o'clock. Eventually, he saw nothing there. So he was about to go back when he saw people, dead people, people who've got blood all over them, only to be explained as ghosts, standing in front of the tree, 7 of them. In his dream he saw 8. but he only saw 7 here. He was starting to get scared. He started to run. Eventually he came up to a tree. They weren't following him. Actually, they wasn't there at all. You couldn't see anything. Eventually, he saw a shadow just standing there, just near the tree, in the path where he was sitting down by a tree, resting from how far he ran and out of breath. He immediately got up, didn't think to grab his torch, ran and ran and ran. He eventually had no breath. He could see that the shadow was only to be described as hovering over to him. He went over there, near where he was going before. Where he went before, at least that's what he made out. But there was nothing there, just more trees, as if it never ended, a never-ending woods. He could see that the shadow was gone. He was looking behind, he started running, and then he tripped over. He still didn't see the shadow figure that was once there. He got up, he turned his head frontwards. He was about to run when he saw the shadow figure right in front of him, which could only be described as some sort of witch. The witch was just staring at him. He was frozen on the spot. He couldn't move. The next thing he knew, he was dead. The next morning, Harry got up. Called his friend, but no answer. It's not normal, because he normally sees his friend. He went over to his house, but his mom said he never saw him there. Harry went over to the woods to see if he went there, since he said he was going to go there last night. He found nothing. For days he was gone missing. No one found him. Harry was so sad. Eventually he remembered. He said he was going to go to the forest. So he decided to go over there. When he arrived, he found himself lost. He couldn't find his way to where he was going. Eventually, he found a pathway going to right where he was. He couldn't stop getting the feeling that he was getting followed. I don't know why, but it sounded like it was. He kept on hearing footsteps or things going about near the woods behind him. Eventually, he found where the tree was. He was relieved to find it. He didn't know why, but he kept on having a feeling that this was somewhere he should be. He was relieved to know where he was, by the tree. When he got there, he saw his friend on top of the tree, but it didn't look exactly like his friend. It looked as if he had some sticky sort of stuff on top of him, all around him. His friend realised it was probably what he saw the other day. Then he saw an echoing from all angles. Harry. He was so scared. He turned away, running, and he stopped. He looked back. Nothing was there. He went back over to the tree. He saw nothing. what he saw, he thought maybe a warning. It looked like from the top part of it, he was being hanged. He saw a rope tied up, and he's sure he could see him. He could see the other side of the rope behind his neck, wrapped around. From that day on, he never entered the woods, and Simon was never found.